What if I told you that a single touch, less than 3 seconds, can make a woman feel emotionally connected to you for hours? Not words, not gifts, not grand gestures, just one intentional touch. And most men have no idea how powerful this really is, until it's too late. Welcome to Dark Feminine Insight, where we explore the hidden psychology of attraction and connection. Today, we're diving into the 7 powerful touches that can make a woman feel deeply bonded to you, using science and subtle psychology to create real emotional impact. A single touch, even less than 3 seconds, can release enough oxytocin in a woman's brain to make her feel deeply connected to you for hours. This isn't romantic fluff, it's hard science. Yet most men have no clue which touches spark that reaction and which push a woman away forever. Today, I'm going to reveal 7 touches that completely change how a woman experiences you. And number 5? It's almost unfair how powerful it is. Here's something rarely spoken aloud. A mature woman doesn't fall for words. Compliments, sweet texts, candlelit dinners, she's seen it all. Words alone stopped impressing her long ago. What truly moves her, what opens a heart she's protected for years, is something much more primal. Touch. But not just any touch, not the awkward, grabby, movie-inspired kind. I mean intentional, precise touches that speak volumes without a single word. Touches that silently convey safety, confidence, tenderness, desire. Without a word, without a look, she knows. Studies show people can accurately identify emotions like love, gratitude, and sympathy through touch alone, up to 78% of the time. Your words could never compete with that. So if you've ever wondered why some men effortlessly make women feel connected, while others get friend-zoned despite trying, here's the truth. It's not what you say, it's how you touch. And a mature woman, experienced, self-reliant, knowing exactly what she wants, responds on a completely different level than someone in her 20s. Before we dive into the 7 touches, a warning. 2 of these moves look deceptively simple. Don't dismiss them. They're the ones women have told me create feelings they can't even explain. And the last one? So powerful that relationship therapists recommend it to couples on the brink of separation. The first touch is the slow, lower back guide. This isn't just polite behavior, it's scientifically potent. Placing a warm, steady hand on the small of her back while guiding her through a doorway, crowd, or event activates a dense cluster of nerve endings connected directly to her emotional centers. The key is speed and pressure. A quick pat feels distant, a push feels controlling, but a slow, confident hand with gentle pressure signals, I see you, I'm here. Her brain releases oxytocin. She feels safe, calm. And for a woman who's spent years carrying the weight of the world alone, that single gesture can feel more romantic than 100 roses. A woman once said she hadn't felt chosen in 15 years, until this simple touch reminded her what it felt like. Touch number 2 is the 2-handed handhold. Holding hands is common. This is different. You take one of her hands and cover it with both of yours. Maybe during a conversation, maybe after she's shared something personal. This bilateral touch creates symmetrical sensory input, signaling full attention and presence. Therapists even use it in EMDR therapy to help process trauma. For a mature woman, who has likely been with men who are physically present but emotionally elsewhere, this feels transformative. Both your hands around hers say, you are fully seen. You are fully heard. That's powerful. That contrast alone, between half-hearted attention she's used to and full presence, makes her brain declare, this one is different. And once she decides that, no other man stands a chance. Touch 3 catches women completely off guard. The forehead touch. Not a kiss, just your forehead gently resting against hers, eyes closed, breathing synced, the world fading out. It's subtle, but the effect is huge. Bonding moments like this activate the adult attachment system in the same way a mother's touch does for a child. For a mature woman who's built walls to protect herself, this touch is a quiet, gentle knock she's forgotten existed. It doesn't demand anything, it doesn't escalate, it just says, "I am here with you, and nothing else matters." A man who can do this without rushing or breaking the moment demonstrates more emotional intelligence than most couples show in years. Touch 4 is almost a cheat code, the back of the neck touch. The nape is sensitive, vulnerable, and difficult to shield. A careful touch there instantly sparks both arousal and trust, an extremely rare combination. Most touches trigger one or the other, but this does both. The result is immediate and unforgettable. When a man lightly places his fingers or palm on the back of a woman's neck, maybe while sitting close, maybe while leaning in to whisper something, her brain immediately runs a quick check. Am I safe? Can I trust him? Does this feel good? If all three answers are yes, her body reacts almost instantly. Her breathing shifts, her pupils widen, and her brain releases dopamine and oxytocin together, the exact chemical mix that sparks romantic attachment. Here's where experience matters. A younger woman might barely notice this nuance, but a mature woman reads it instantly. That touch communicates confidence without force, desire without neediness, familiarity without presumption. It's subtle, refined, and speaks volumes to women who have been waiting for exactly that kind of awareness. Timing is crucial. This isn't for a first encounter. If you try this too soon, it's awkward at best, criminal at worst. It works because it's part of a progression, not a shortcut, and she will know the difference immediately. Touch number 5 is the one I promised would feel almost unfair. The thumb stroke. It happens when your hand is already resting on hers, her arm, shoulder, or knee. Without calling attention to it, your thumb slowly glides back and forth over her skin. Small, gentle, rhythmic movements. You don't look down, you don't announce it, you just keep talking. This works because of specialized nerve fibers that respond only to slow, gentle stroking, directly connected to the brain areas that process emotional closeness. Research even shows that this kind of touch lights up the part of the brain responsible for intimacy and bonding. She might not consciously notice your thumb, but her body and brain feel it, and she starts to feel drawn to you in a quiet, profound way. For a mature woman, this is transformative. She's likely experienced relationships where affection was either fake or absent. That small, effortless gesture tells her you are naturally tender, not performing for effect. It's the little things, done unconsciously, that make her believe you are different, and that's what makes her fall. Not the grand gestures, not the gifts, but the subtle, constant presence of care. Touch 6 is the silent pull. Without a word, you draw her closer. Arm around her shoulder, hand on her waist, closing the space between you. No instructions, no announcement, just natural movement. This taps into what attachment theory calls proximity seeking, the instinct to be physically close to someone you feel safe with. For a mature woman, this is profound. She has spent years feeling like she had to earn closeness, to deserve affection. You pulling her near simply because you want her there flips that story. It tells her she is wanted for who she is, not what she does, and it feels deeply reassuring. Watch a confident, self-sufficient woman quietly melt into a partner who simply draws her near, and you'll understand why this is so powerful. And finally, touch 7, the long hold hug. Not a quick squeeze, not a casual side hug, but a full chest-to-chest embrace for at least 20 seconds. This is deliberate. Research shows that hugs this long trigger a release of oxytocin while lowering cortisol, the stress hormone. Her heart rate slows, her blood pressure drops, and her nervous system shifts into a state where bonding is possible. Relationship therapists even recommend this to couples in crisis. It rebuilds trust in ways words cannot. For a mature woman, this hug is transformative. She's endured heartbreak, loss, and disappointment. She's learned to rely on herself, to mask her struggles. When you hold her this way, not rushing, not letting go too soon, you give her permission to relax, to drop her guard. Every wall she's built softens, not because she is weak, but because she doesn't have to be strong for a moment. And when a woman feels this kind of safety and presence, she doesn't just fall in love, she chooses you, fully, deliberately, with every part of herself she has protected for years. So there you have it, 7 touches, each backed by psychology, neuroscience, and the experiences of women who know exactly what real connection feels like. None of these touches require money, status, or perfect timing. They require awareness, intention, and the willingness to be fully present. But learning these touches is only half the battle. A mature woman will also send signals, subtle, consistent, undeniable signs that show she wants closeness. Most men miss these completely, then wonder why she lost interest. That's why you need to watch the next video on your screen. If a woman wants intimacy with you, she will always do these 6 things. It breaks down the exact behaviors that reveal when she's already drawn to you. Learn to recognize these signals, and every touch you make can be perfectly timed, turning attraction into genuine connection. Your future self will thank you for paying attention. So now you know the 7 touches that can completely change the way a woman feels about you. Each one is simple, yet powerful, backed by science and real experiences. And none of them require money, status, or grand gestures, just awareness, intention, and presence. Remember, it's not about forcing connection. It's about creating moments where she feels seen, safe, and genuinely understood. Take the time to practice these touches, notice her signals, and be fully present with her. When you do, you're not just attracting her, you're building a connection that lasts, a bond that feels real and unforgettable. That's the kind of impact only intentional touch can create. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss insights like this. And if this taught you something new about connection and touch, comment the word bonded below. I want to see who's ready to create real, unforgettable connections.